What is going on, internet? This is JD coming after another video from Redskins Rant. Hail to the Redskins. Quick video. Driving to work. I was checking out Twitter yesterday, and I saw a post from JP Finley, and I don't disagree with him. He was, and I listened to the podcast he had too. He had a podcast, and on his podcast, he stated that the best case scenario for the Redskins is to trade for Josh Rosen, and then get TJ Hawkinson in the first round. So that's their best case scenario. I think we can go a little bit of a step further on that. I think our best case scenario is to be able to trade for Rosen and not have to trade anything from this year's draft. So, for example, if we could trade and give up, I would give up an extra pick in next year's draft to get him. So right now, the going rate sounds like it's like a second rounder this year. What if we gave up a second rounder and a sixth rounder next year? And then we can retain our second round pick. So I'm for that. I'd be okay with that, honestly. And then we have our first and second round pick this year. Now, I also said this. So get Josh Rosen, if we can get him with, give him more picks next year. Okay, let's make sure we secure two things this year. We need to secure a quarterback for the future. And if we can get Josh Rosen and give up a couple picks next year, maybe not our first rounder, but definitely like a second rounder, because we can always trade back and get more picks. We can always trade away players and get more picks. Okay? Get Josh Rosen this year. Okay? Give up draft picks next year. And then we got to find offensive players to put around him and solidify some offensive weapons. Okay? I'm okay with if DK Metcalf or TJ Hawkinson's available. One of those two would be ideal. Okay? I also wouldn't hate it if Greedy Williams was available. Okay? We don't need an edge rusher. For the love of God, let's not put another draft pick into our defensive line. Defensive line is fine. Ioannidis, Payne, Allen are all three good players. We have Kerrigan still.
Lost.
Okay. So I don't think we need to be putting money into our defensive line. Let's get Josh Rosen. Let's give him some offensive weapons. The offensive line is going to be fine. I mean, I've watched a bunch of reviews on him and what he's going to be capable of doing, and I'm sold that this is the guy we need to grab. Now, if they want too much for him and they won't give up, they don't want second round picks next year. If they just want a second for him, I'm okay with that. Because if two of our offensive guys that we're looking for aren't there, DK or Hawkinson or even Greedy Williams, none of those three are there, I think we should trade back. I straight up do. Akeem Butler, we can get him in the second round. We can get another tight end in the second round. I definitely think we can get an offensive lineman in the second round, in the third round. I mean, in my mock draft, I got Greedy Williams, or not Greedy Williams, George Little, I think that's his name. I got George Little in late in the second round. Yeah, make sure. So he might fall in the third. So we can definitely get some, and there's a handful of guys we can get. But those are the things we need right away. We need to get another good offensive lineman that can be good for a couple of years. We need to get some weapon that is going to command a lot of attention and open up the field, one for our other receivers, but also for our quarterback. Okay, so that's the best case scenario, is that we trade for Josh Rosen. We use next year's draft picks to do it. So like a second, and maybe I would even say a third, because we'll probably get a third back on a compensatory pick. We do every year. So we trade like an extra, give them an extra pick or something. Maybe give them like a third, and we get like a sixth this year from them, just to kind of sweeten the pot a little bit. I don't know. And don't use any picks this year if possible. And then next year, then we just draft weapons. We draft players that can help the offense immediately, and they're going to help the offense for about 4 or 5 years to come. So that's what I would do. It's just a response to a video I saw. I also saw another one. If you could have Dwayne Haskins or what's his name? If you could have Dwayne Haskins or Drew Lock, who would you pick? If I had to pick between the two, and I don't really like either one of them, I guess I would pick Drew Lock. And the reason why, he does have 4 years experience. He did play in the SEC. And I didn't know this till yesterday. I was watching ESPN at work, and I didn't know he had the he has the SEC record for touchdowns in a season. I didn't know that until yesterday. So I mean, I'm not going to say that's not my swinging vote. I mean, I wouldn't trade up for the guy. But if we're at 15 and Drew Lock's available and Dwayne Haskins available, I would take Drew Lock. I think he has 3 more years of experience. I just think it's a no-brainer because he's played for a bad team, so he's more resilient. He knows how to handle losing. But I also know that he's probably got a chip on his shoulder because he hasn't won as much. And he's also very athletic. He can make a lot of throws. The only contention I have is, one, he didn't win a lot in Missouri. They were one of the worst teams every year. They're usually, I would gotta give him credit. He usually had the lesser of the two teams on the field at all times when he played in the SEC. So that's a fair point to make. But it just sticks with me that I watched the video and they kept showing how poorly he threw on the run. He couldn't throw on the run, and he couldn't throw accurately on the run either. It was very blatant how poor it was. But that's all the video is. It wasn't going to be very long. I'm very excited about the draft. It's tomorrow evening. I'm doing a live stream with On the Warpath. I may just be calling in. I'm probably not gonna get off work till 7. Yeah, I don't get off work till 7. So I don't know if I'll be home in time to start with it, but I'll be calling in with them. So if you don't follow On the Warpath, they're another Redskin group, Redskin channel. I highly recommend them. Amir and Corey do a pretty good job. It's pretty good analysis. So with that being said, that's my video. Hail to the Redskins. Please follow me on Twitter. My Twitter handle was Redskins Ranter. And that's pretty much it. Have a good one.